Hello everyone, how are we doing? Welcome back to the Ricky2ra podcast, episode 37. And if you are watching on YouTube, which you will be, hopefully on Thursday the 24th of December, yeah, I thought I'd switch it up a little bit since it's Christmas time nearly. I'm recording this on the 23rd, for the podcast listeners on audio, but the video will be out tomorrow. But yeah, I thought I'd rock it out with the. I literally just stole this Christmas hat like 2 minutes ago and stuff. You know what? I thought I'd switch it up a little bit, because it is Christmas time. And yeah, I thought I'd switch it up. I'm always in my hoodies. I'm wearing like the same hoodies throughout all the episodes daily. So yeah, I thought I'd switch it up a little bit. Uh, and before we start, I promise you that I've charged my battery. Everything is 100% fine in this episode. I 100% promise you there, okay? I have got something going on a bit later on, so I've got a good 30 minutes, okay? I've got a good 30 minutes. I'm not like a really, really busy guy, but obviously when you're in a family business, you just got to keep an eye on things, and things do pop up out of nowhere, so you got to change your schedule a little bit. So I hope you guys do understand about stuff like that. If you've been in a family business, then you'll 100% understand what I mean. If you don't, just take my word for it. Trust me, I wouldn't lie to you guys. But anyway, how is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well and still keeping safe with everything that's going on in the world. I hope you guys are ready for Christmas. I'm boiling, by the way, sorry. I've literally opened my windows because my room, I've got the heating on here. And the light as well and I've got the hat on as well, and this woolly jumper. I am absolutely sweating. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are gonna have a nice Christmas. Because it is very different this year, Christmas. In the UK, it was a 5-day Christmas kind of holiday. Well, I wouldn't say holiday, like you can mix with any 3 households. But now it's gone from 5 to 1 day, which will be on Christmas Day. You can mix with any 3 household members from different households, I mean. So, yeah, and with the thing that's going on as well with London being in tier 4, which means like everything's like closed and people are trying to make it out of London when the government said that it's heading into tier 4, trying to get out, because obviously everybody wants to spend time with their family over Christmas. And unfortunately there have been people that have not made it and have to spend Christmas on their own this year, it's sad. It's very disappointing, really. I don't want to give my views and thoughts on that because that's just, I don't feel like doing that. But yeah, I've talked to a few people in the shop that unfortunately their kids couldn't make it this Christmas because they're in London. And it really does hurt a little bit, because when you see in person people actually talking about this stuff to you, and you see like the disappointment in their eyes, it's different in real life than actual, like you see it on video through your phone, or you look on Twitter and you go, oh, I can't make it, this and that. Like one of the things that I witness in the shop is like people telling me face to face. Obviously I'm social distance and I've got a big screen in front of me, so don't make up stuff about that. But yeah, when you really do look into their eyes and they really do, it's disappointing. It really does touch you a little bit. It hurts. So but anyway, I hope you guys anyway have a great Christmas on Friday. I believe it's on a Friday. So yeah, what am I going to be talking about today, guys? I'm going to be talking about, well, we're going to continue the fake magic topic because I had to run last week's episode. And then the second thing we're going to be talking about is being unique. Maybe I've talked about this. I don't really look at my past episodes just because I only go back on my episodes when I'm trying to like get highlights out of it to put on my social media. But otherwise, if I feel like I have talked about it, I probably most likely will remember. But if I don't, I probably have something new to add to it anyway. So yeah. That anyway, being unique. The third thing is just 2021 really, and the fourth thing is just Christmas. We'll talk a bit about Christmas. I know I have briefly mentioned it at the start, but we'll get into it. Okay. So yeah, let's do a weatherman Rick, because this is gonna. I've never done a Christmas thing before, you know, like talking to the camera in Christmas. I've always tried to do a magic video each year, and it's just failed. I think the last magic video that I did for Christmas was 2015. I think I made a mince pie come out of like a photo, and I shook the photo, and an actual mince pie came out. I'll put that on my Instagram actually for Christmas Day. But I think I was wearing this jumper as well, actually. But yeah, there's nothing going on. Let's do Weatherman Rick. It's very dark outside. Like I've said in the past 100 episodes, not much is going on. And yeah, that's basically sums up the whole of 2020. But anyway, let's get in to the first topic, which is fake magic, part 2. Okay, so where do I start with this? So last week I talked briefly about fake magic, how, you know, if it's for you, do it. And I know it's very strong to say fake magic, because there is a borderline between fake magic, okay? And either way, it's the outcome of whatever you're doing. Especially for a fake magic video, the outcome's always going to be the same for the audience that sees it. Now, that splits into two, the audience that sees it, but the one that I'm talking about is on your phone, if you're watching it on your phone. Now, fake magic can be you pay people to just overreact. You know, you tell somebody, you know, just react to what I'm about to do. And it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't feel authentic. And the only way you're going to get away with that is that when people see it on social media. Whereas I like to I don't mind spending hours doing magic to get the right reaction. Like, I'd never force the reaction from a spectator ever, like, you've got to go crazy when I do this. Because then I don't know where to improve on myself, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, it's a tricky one, because the outcome, it is entertainment at the end of the day. And maybe it's just because I'm a magician, I feel like I know a little bit more than the average like person that sees it, non-magicians, that kind of just go, what are you doing, why? It's not even the effect no more, it's just, you're just paying somebody to just react and go crazy, and yes, it's entertainment, but it's just not real. But yet to a non-magician it's like, oh my god, they're going crazy, that's so funny. And you kind of do know that it's set up, but it's kind of like you just got your reaction out of it anyway, so it did what it needed to do. But it's not my cup of tea. And like I said, there is a borderline. Once you do it, it does become fake. You can have people, like a group of people, beforehand and say, oh, do you want to see some magic? They'll be like, oh, yeah, he's just stood there. I need you to go in a semicircle so it looks good for the video, and he'll show you some magic. That's fine. I know it looks a bit suspicious, but you haven't told the spectator anything. You haven't told them, oh, he's going to be doing this, and when the card goes like this, you're going to have to go, ah. No, all you've told them is, oh, just go there so it looks good on the camera, and then you know nothing about who this person is, what the magic is, you know. And I feel like that's the borderline right there, okay, from actually seeing and going into the unknown as a spectator to, and then the borderline when you cross it is the spectator knows exactly what's going on. You've got paid, or it's, I don't know, some sort of exchange where you do something and you've got to overreact to it and go crazy over it. And it's just not my cup of tea, that second one that I mentioned. So yeah, I do feel though it's because I'm a magician. I'm not a big fan of it, and Yeah, I just feel like for me, like especially from this year, I just want to be like true to myself, and I feel like doing fake magic isn't me. I don't feel like I'm fake, and I feel like people who do fake magic are fake. But at the same time, I know what you do. Like I know like why, because it's entertainment and because it makes good content as well. I'm not gonna lie. Like I watch I watch it still. Like when I come across it on TikTok and stuff like that, it's funny. Like I'm not gonna like shut down the whole fake magic thing saying people can't do it. And I'm not gonna mention no names, nothing like that. Like I said last week, because people do tend to mix it up as well. So yes, you could be doing fake magic, but at the same time you could be doing actual authentic magic as well, so you kind of mix it up, which like if it's for you, it's for you. Do you know what I mean? And like I know I film stuff in the shop, right? But you guys, and before I expand on that, you guys know that I work in a shop, right? That's I help out like in the family business. So when you see something in the shop, it's going to become more and more real, even though it looks a bit suspicious. Like I do look a bit surprised when stuff happens, but that's part of the experience of the video. And I don't feel like that's fake. I feel like that's entertainment. But you guys know the backstory that yes, I work in that shop. Yes, I am a magician, so it makes sense. Rather than faking everything in the shop and then just uploading it and not telling you the backstory for anything. So there is a difference, and there is a very thin borderline there, okay? And yeah, that's just my thoughts and opinions on fake magic, really. But at the same time, you know, if it gives you exposure, it gives you exposure. But I feel like that isn't for me. Like I'm gonna play the long game here. Like I don't care if I have to wait like 5, 10, 15 years to get a break off magic, because as you can tell, I've been very patient this year. And I'm not just sitting back and just waiting for live gigs to resume like I've been complaining on LinkedIn every time I keep putting I miss live gigs, but it's just that I'm trying to do some different things as well and just grow my profile a little bit as well. And I've said this loads of times, so when it does come back to a normal world, people do know that I'm still there as well. But I've talked about that anyway. But fake magic, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, but I understand why people do it, and I'm not dissing them or anything like that, because we've all been guilty of thinking or doing something that could perhaps give us exposure. So I'm not gonna shut down that. That's just my thoughts and opinions on that. And if anybody feels, especially if there's a magician listening as well, if you feel like you don't agree with what I'm saying, like hit me up on Twitter or Instagram DMs or something, and we'll have a chat about it, because this is stuff that I like as well. Talking about, so yeah, it's that was an interesting one. But I'll leave that there. But if I do think of anything else, you never know, there could be a part 3 to that as well. But for now, I'm going to leave that one there. So that was fake magic. Now I think I've got my numbers mixed up here, but I did say at the start that I was going to do being unique second, so we're going to go for that one. I have it third for some reason on there. But anyway, the second topic of this podcast episode is being unique. I have I talked about this before? Oof, maybe. You know what? Maybe I have, but you know what? If I have some more stuff to add to it, I'll add to it. If people are new listening to this, then fair enough. This will be new to you anyway. But being unique, right? It's just being yourself, really. And it took me a while. I don't feel like I'm 100% unique at this moment of time, but I feel like the more I do, the more I show, the more projects I put out, the more unique I'll become. But I feel like I'm getting there slowly. Okay, and I've given like a backstory this whole year, really, of who I am, what I do, where I want to be, what I'm currently doing, and just things like that. So I feel like I've done a good job on explaining that to the audience out there, really. So you guys know that I feel like the shop especially kind of makes me stand apart a little bit from other magicians, because I do magic specifically in there for some videos, and hopefully in the future as well. But yeah, it's been a thing, and I've explained this in previous podcast episodes. I tried to copy like other magicians, especially like Dynamo, as I was coming up, just performing and stuff. So I used to do the Dynamo Shuffle all the time and stuff like that. But the thing is, once you keep doing it, you realise that you want to add more of your personality, more of yourself into your performances. So so yeah, that's kind of where you shine a little bit, and people are like, oh, I like him. He did that and he said that. He was pretty cool, and it really does make a difference. So yeah, being unique is just be yourself. Just don't copy anyone, no matter what industry or craft you're doing. If you're a guitar player, I don't know, rapper, singer, I don't know, gardener. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So don't, like, the thing that I feel like I've done very well is share my thoughts that I would like to share. Like, I'm 100% in control of what I say and what I put out, so that I feel like I don't have to release anything that I'm uncomfortable with on camera. But like you guys know, that I've done this so many times and not uploaded, that I've just kind of just burst out and just uploaded quite a lot of content this year, that it was bound to happen. So yeah, so what my advice would be, like, don't be afraid to share your thoughts, opinions, your craft, really, with the world. So yeah, that's my advice, really. Let's put this here. Let's switch it up a little bit. Should we switch it up, the hat, so it looks like I've actually got something going on there. Yeah. So yeah, like, don't be afraid to share your thoughts and stuff like that. I feel like the more you share, the more people will relate, like, hate, but love you more as well. Like, you kind of get like a mix going on there, and I feel like having that mix is what makes you unique, really. Because not everybody's gonna like you. Like, not everybody likes me. But what I'm saying is, like, the more you put out, the more you grow an authentic kind of audience, if you know what I mean. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to touch on, really, on the being unique side. Have I got anything else to say? Well, like I mentioned, like, I uploaded an Instagram video yesterday, and I was talking about, it was from my podcast episode. What was I talking about? I was talking about combining like two passions together, and I feel like if that makes you more unique, you should do it, but only if you really truly love it. Like, I'm going to be very truthful now. I don't think I would include the shop if I didn't like it, because I never did in the past. It was only like 2015 when I really actually included the shop in to my videos. Not meaning that I didn't like it, it was just because I wasn't in there working all the time, so I was only like a part-time basis, so I didn't really hate it, but I didn't really love it. And I think it took me a while to actually get into the grooves of and the rhythm and routine of stuff, and in my mind I started processing, like, oh, if I do magic with this in the shop and I have a camera angle like this in the shop, that looked pretty cool. And yeah, it kind of went from there, really. So my advice would be, like, if you do have two passions and you do feel like they can work together, like, go ahead and mix it up a little bit, and you never know, you could create something beautiful. And and yeah, do something pretty unique that nobody's done before. I know I mentioned as an example in that video, I mentioned, what did I mention? A rapper and like a cardist or a magician. That was just that example, but it's endless the amounts of examples you can use. But just use me, like the shop and magic, and hopefully, but I don't take anything away from just doing one thing, because you just focused on that then really. It just so happens to be that I did magic and I work in a shop, and I thought I'd mix it together, and the formula seems to be be there, but I know I need to work a little bit more to get it right yet, so I'm still in the process of that as well. But I'm just giving you guys me as an example there as well, really. So yeah, and I don't think being unique doesn't have to be two passions and stuff like that as well. You can just, your personality is shine. Do you know, like, it makes you so. There's so many comedians out there. I can name loads of comedians, but actually I can't really. I can only probably say about 5, but you know what I mean. Like, a comedian's a comedian. They all fit in the same category, but it's their personality and their stories that kind of attract you and make you like them more. Like I've just said before, the more you share, the more people will relate. So I feel like the more that happens, the more you become unique. And I'm no expert on stuff like this. I say this like nearly all the time, and I don't think I said it on that clip, or I didn't add it on social media, but it kind of looked like that. I was a professional, like, yeah, if you do this, this and this, yeah, it'd be awesome. That's the next wave of magicians. But really, that was just my thoughts, and I did add some context to that in my Instagram post as well. But I'm not an expert. These are just my thoughts. Like, this podcast is just my thoughts. Whoever's listening out there, like, this is just my thoughts and opinions. You can take it with a grain of salt. If you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it. But the point I'm making is that I feel like, from my experience, is that I feel like that works. And I always have something to back it up with as well. And if I don't, I'll tell you straight away. So yeah, I just try and keep it as real as possible, really. Oh man, getting that morning stretch in, man. Oh, god damn. You don't know how. You know them ones, yeah? Let's just take a break from the podcast for a minute. You know them ones where you have like a really good stretch and you feel so relaxed? I just did that now, man. Oh, I could go to sleep, you know. What time are we on? We're on 22 minutes past 8 in the morning. Yeah. You see, there's no rush this time. I think I ended my podcast episode this time last week. There's no rush. Like I promised, I recharged my battery. I've got about 10 minutes left though, guys. 10 minutes left. So we're going to take this nice and easy. So if you made it this far into the podcast episodes, I really appreciate you. And I really do mean it as well. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying whatever's coming out of my head. Really, because sometimes I don't even know what the hell I'm about to say, because I just write notes down, but I kind of just expand on it as well. Okay, so what was the third thing I'm going to talk about? Because I said I mixed this up. 2021. All right, cool. Let's talk about 2021. I've mentioned this before, but I'm talking about me. I'm going to be a bit selfish now. Hopefully stuff that I want to achieve in 2021, because and I'll elaborate on just the whole view of 2021 as well. So I'll be not selfish as well, but I'm going to be a bit selfish just for this topic. So 2021, what is in store for Ricky2ra? I like how this hat just bobbles round, man. Oh, okay, it's not bobbling. It's not. It's just okay. It's just done me dirty there. But anyway, so what's in store for 2021 for Ricky2ra? Well, more magic, hopefully. That's the number one thing I put down. I haven't done as much magic this year, but I've tasted a lot of new things. So I'm very happy in that sense. But more magic. Hopefully in the shop. Hopefully in public and at gigs again. More cardistry, alright? Definitely more cardistry. I love cardistry. It's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It's grown on me, cardistry. I know I've done it in the past, but without performing and presentation wise, I've kind of just reduced that a little bit. I haven't stopped it, but cardistry's kind of done wonders for me through this whole year. So yeah, more podcasts. Like, I know this is a weekly thing, but you never know, you could see something else for 2021. That's just me saying it. Will I actually do it? Well, I guess we'll find out in 2021. And if we do something, I'll clip this in. And if we don't do anything, I'll clip this in again. So yeah, more content as well. I've been very, very in love with making content. Especially this year, I've kind of proved myself wrong, and like I said, this topic is very selfish to me. So for me, making content this year, I've already achieved my goal, and you don't know how happy I am of that. I like to do you know when I express something, I get like a bit OTT about it. So like, content was everything for me this year, and I'm so happy. Like, I do the thing that I wanted to do first, like when I make content, the things that I put in my head that maybe might be of value to you guys is, I don't care about likes, I don't care about how many followers I get, I don't care about subscribers on YouTube as well. The only thing I care about from making content, was just me actually making the content and being consistent at it. Whether that would just be uploading one picture to Instagram, just to Instagram, or just putting a tweet out, or just, I don't know, recording a podcast episode and just uploading it to YouTube, not promoting it or anything. That's a success for me. And I think the hardest thing was actually starting this podcast. And it really is a quote from somewhere, and I don't know the actual quote, but it goes on the lines of, it's actually harder to start than just actually doing something. Like, the hardest part is starting, and then after that you're fine, really. So so yeah, that's basically been it. And yeah, the content was just the best part of this year for me. So yeah, I might do like a review or something like that, maybe for the end, maybe for next episode. You know what, next episode we're gonna do a review of 2020. Let's do that. But anyway, let's stop talking about me for now, and let's just go on for general of 2021. Hopefully, and I've put hopefully here, because I'm still 50-50 about it, but hopefully it'll be a better year. In my opinion, and I know I said at the start of the episode I don't really want to get my thoughts and opinions and stuff, but I just want to share this one. In my opinion, I don't think 2021 is going to start off the greatest, but I'm a positive and optimistic person, but I do feel like halfway, maybe spring, summer time, will get better. I don't think it's going to happen straight away. I think we're going to go in little small steps till we rise again. But I do feel like hopefully spring and summertime it will be much better. I really miss the Asian wedding scene, and that normally starts around March, April time, and definitely May, June, July, August, and even September. You're kind of talking there like crazy, like every week. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's going to be like that for 2021 just yet, but I feel like as the months go on, the more stuff are starting, the more things are going to start being back to normal again. So yeah, that's basically, I wouldn't say a prediction. I couldn't speak then. I wouldn't say that's a prediction, but it's just my thoughts. And you know what? If 2021 starts off amazing, then there you go. That's even better than what I said. So yeah, that's just my thoughts and opinions on 2021 selfishly, and then just a view around everything as well. So yeah, let's move on. I've got about 4 minutes left. All right, so let's move on to the last topic, which is just Christmas. Really, I don't even. What have I written on my notes? Let me just get this out of the way. Great Christmas. No, yeah, I've mentioned this at the start. Yeah, I don't need the notes for this one. Let's get that out of the way. So yeah, this is just me basically saying that, you know, this Christmas, yes, it's been very different compared to the rest. Okay, and I feel like a year, like if you take one Christmas out of like every single Christmas that you've celebrated, I don't think, yes, this one will be remembered, but as the years go on, it will be less looked on. So I don't think it'll be a major problem, and I understand that people have been away from their families and it's alone, but if we be optimistic and think about next Christmas, hopefully, and I really do mean hopefully, things will be back to normal next December 2021. I'm going to clip this as well, by the way. So yeah, I really do hope. But I hope everybody does stay strong, and if whatever you ask for Christmas, I hope you do get it. Yeah, I really do. This year has been weird. If I could sum this year up, it's been weird. I started off with Blackpool Magic Convention, really. I know I've talked about that loads of times on this podcast episode. To being around hundreds and hundreds of other magicians coming from different countries, to just being here. This is why I have no one on the podcast, because it's just me. But yeah, that's no excuse really. I could use like Instagram Live and stuff like that. But anyway, I've got about less than a minute left. Well, 1 minute 30 left. So yeah, but hopefully it'll be a better year. It'll be a better Christmas. Let's just get this out of the way. I know it's a good time, and if you have got family coming over on Christmas, like, you know, just enjoy it, because we hardly have seen any of our family this year. And I'm talking about just like everyone, like to your mum, dad, cousins, everybody. I know I'm very fortunate enough to work in a family business, so I do see my family every minute of the day, especially this year, which I'm very grateful for. But yeah, I really do hope that everybody does have a really good Christmas, and yeah, we'll talk about New Year next week really. But this is the 37th podcast episode. I'm nearly on the 50 goal, really. So yeah, we're nearly there. I've done 38. It's going to be 38 podcast episodes for 2020. Let's see how many we can do for 2021. But guys, I think I'm going to sign off here. So yeah, I really do appreciate if you made it to the end of this podcast episode. I hope you guys have liked the Santa hat as well. I'm going to be dreading it, adding this to my Instagram and stuff, but it's something different. So yeah, and it's only going to be once every episode, Christmas episode anyway, so I wonder what I'm going to do next Christmas. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys stay safe, have a lovely Christmas. Make sure to like, subscribe, rate, share, do all that good stuff. And I will see you in the final episode of 2020 next week. So have a great day or night wherever you are.